My name is Brian Hard, and I'm going to teach you how to use one of the rental center sewing machines. So when you receive a sewing machine, it's going to have a case on it. You'll need to remove the case and set that aside. Then you'll want to take out the foot or the pedal, and you're going to have to unwrap the cord from it. The pedal plugs in on the side of the machine. You can see the 3 prongs secured in there. And also on this side is the on-off switch. Alright, so the basic parts of the sewing machine are the on-off switch, which we've seen, the pedal, which you'll locate under the table you're sewing on, the flywheel, which is located on the side. This allows you to manually move the machine. We have the foot, which secures the fabric. We have the bobbin case, which is located here and can be opened by pressing this black switch on the side. Inside that is located the bobbin. We have the stitch selector, which coordinates with these letters here. Moving this dial allows you to change the stitch you will use. This is the stitch distance selector, which selects the distance between each stitch. Located below that is the reverse switch, which when held down allows the machine to go in reverse. Up on top we have the bobbin winder, and we'll show you how to wind a bobbin a little bit later. And also this is the thread spool holder, which when secured in there holds the spool of thread. Here on the front we have the tension dial that sets the tension that the thread is while passing through the machine. Before you begin sewing, you'll need to wind the empty bobbin. To do this while using a larger size spool of thread, you'll need to remove the thread holder and set that aside, or the spool holder. Then take your one end of the thread and put that through the hole in the bobbin. The bobbin snaps on to the bobbin winder and is pushed over. This allows it to receive power from the machine. Also, if you grab onto the flywheel and pull out, this will disengage the needle so it won't be spinning while you're winding the bobbin. The thread is then placed through this feeder, and you can hold the spool in your hand. Begin to slowly apply pressure as the bobbin winds, allowing the spool to flow freely in your hand. When you have several wraps around the bobbin, trim off the excess that goes through the hole, and then you can finish winding the bobbin. When the bobbin is full, the machine will stop spinning. You can then move it back over, cut the thread, and pull it off. Make sure to re-engage the needle before you start sewing. Thread the machine, place the spool on the spool holder, put the thread through the feeder, and then down the slot closest to the feeder. The thread goes down, around, and back up through the second slot. Then you might have to advance the needle using the flywheel to allow this thread holder to appear, and the thread comes from behind and snaps in to this notch. The thread then goes back down through its second slot. Once the thread is down through the slot, it must be threaded through the needle. Once you've threaded it through the needle, place the thread under the foot. You're then ready to thread the bobbin. The bobbin is dropped in, and taking the loose end of the thread, there's an arrow and a notch pointing the direction in which you'll pull the thread into that notch. Once the thread is in the notch, if you advance the flywheel forward, you'll see your top thread come around and grab the bottom thread. Tugging on that top thread will pull the bottom thread out, and if you fish through with a pair of scissors, you can get both threads coming out the needle hole. Then replace the bobbin case. Now you're ready to sew.